Welcome to the Idaho Business Podcast, the only Idaho podcast focused on providing profits for Idaho people. If you love our state and love small business, you are in the right place. We interview local legends, learn business, and have way too much fun doing it. You're listening to the Idaho Business Podcast with your friend, host, and all-around great guy and owner of New Clean Commercial Cleaning, Spencer Ward.
All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Idaho Business Podcast. I'm excited to be with you today. And as always, we're sponsored by New Clean Commercial Cleaning, my company. If we can help you anywhere from Twin Falls, pretty much all the way to Rexburg. We're your janitorial service providers that are going to be there. We're going to stand next to you. We guarantee our work, so if it's not satisfactory, you don't pay for it. So give us a call at 208-254-7070 and to see if we're going to be a fit. Anyways, I thought we'd talk about a few things today. Some important stuff. I think there's with what's going on in the country and within business, and even credits being offered. You know, I'm not an accountant. I'm not an attorney. So that's my disclaimer. So this is just what I've my opinion and all that kind of stuff. But there's something out there right now called the ERC, employee. Wow, if I could remember it. Employee retention credit. And for many businesses, this is great because it helps those, it credits back, and don't quote me on this. I believe it's 70% of the payroll that you've paid out over the last, I think 4 to 6 quarters during the COVID periods. And you qualify, number one, if your sales declined, and there's a bunch of reasons why you can qualify or how you can qualify. But then they added one more that helped other businesses qualify that didn't decline in sales or avenues like that. It's if you or your business, being your business, of course, suffer from any supply chain issues. So I know pretty much that's every business out there. If you're a fabrication shop, I know it's hard to find metals and all that kind of stuff to get things done. Or if you're even a janitorial supply company, I know it's hard to it was hard to get equipment. It was hard to get all this kind of stuff, parts for your equipment that failed. If you're a contractor, you better believe you've dealt with supply chain issues. So some of these things are things you need to be talking to your accountants about, and really good accountants would bring this to your attention. So if your accountant's not bringing this to your attention for your business, maybe give them a second guess, because you want someone that's going to be watching out for your back. Obviously, I'm partial to Cooper Norman. These guys are fantastic. Dan Packer and Matt Barker, who I recommend for sure. They go out of their way and they make sure that, hey, what's going to be right for our clients and our clientele, and what's going to be custom to their businesses. And they make us aware of that kind of stuff, as it comes along, and it comes down the pipe. So this is something that's very important. Obviously, I don't agree with money just being handed out willy-nilly by the government, and they wonder why the inflations keep skyrocketing up. But at this point, you'd be at a disadvantage if you didn't take it, if you qualified for it. So something to look into. It's called the ERC. It's very important at this point for you and your companies to look at this. So call your attorneys, your accountants, and see if you can qualify for this, because it's huge. Some companies, I know of some companies getting over $600,000 back, and it's a credit. You just get checks in the mail or deposit into your account, depending on how you're set up with the Treasury. But and it's not like PPP money, as far as I understand. Obviously, just take me in my opinion. This money is just a credit back to you for what you've paid in payroll, so you can use it to pay off some debts in your company, to invest in other equipment in your company, or whatever. And there's no really rules to how to use the funds. So obviously check with your accountant. Don't just rely on me for this information, but all I'm trying to get across is your company probably does qualify. And if it does, it's a good substantial amount of money that you probably paid out in payroll. And if you're going to get 70% of that credit back to you in the forms of just nice checks, you want to be looking out for it. So give your accountants a call right after you get done with this episode. And if I'm right and I can help you out, that's what I'm here for. Because the Idaho Business Podcast is about providing profits for Idaho people. Obviously, it's not really profits, but it is free money at this point. So, take advantage of it. This is something that's important. So, I've been thinking a lot about, finances, business finances, personal finances. I just reread, my mind is just going a complete blank right now. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Read that, for the second time through. It's always good to have something to bring you back to where you need to be, especially if you're a natural spender in your relationship. I think most relationships, I think Dave Ramsey says it, that, there's usually a spender and a saver in each relationship. So depending on what you are, even this book is great for you. It talks about, not just, it's not a Dave Ramsey type of book, but it's more about just being savvy with your money and knowing that you can still get ahead in this world without having a lot of money to your disposal, and just looking for opportunity. And that's the key, I'd say, input for this book, was just looking for opportunity, because opportunity is always there. And people that are always complaining and maybe can't get things running for the business, or just that negative Nancy type, that nothing ever good happens to me, they're not really looking for opportunities. They're looking for things to happen to them, and not looking for things that can happen for them. But change your mindset. And I've really helped realize a few things for myself, is just changing my mindset of like, okay, there are opportunities within business, within how I run my business, opportunities personally outside of, my New Clean business, other real estate opportunities, other stuff out there that can be a good opportunities to invest in. Obviously, if the economy starts going down, there's going to be people that are freaking out and going nuts, but the smart people are getting richer during those downturns. So, find yourself with make sure you have your emergency reserve set up. Make sure you've got some liquidity to your business. You make sure you're not stretched in business or personal, so you have opportunities to take advantage of these opportunities when they come along. So I know we're kind of all over the place today, and just talking about a few different things they're important to me right now, and I hope maybe they're important to you. But the importance of running a well-managed and a tight ship business right now is incredibly important, because really we don't know what's happening with the economy, with the country. Things are going kind of nuts. And this is not a political podcast, but just gotta be prepared. Don't, like I said before, don't find yourself stretched too thin. And if you are, qualify for this ERC, pay a bunch of that debt off. If you're not, great, put some extra padding in your pocket with this ERC and look for opportunities for investments within your company and outside of your company. So hopefully this is helpful. And I hope you guys can, take few nuggets from this conversation. But these are the things that were just occupying my mind over the last couple of weeks as I've read these books and as I've gone, taken advantage of the ERC. Obviously, I want everyone out there within Idaho to succeed. I want you to, your businesses to grow and to flourish. So get out there, make things happen, stay positive. There's still opportunities in a bad economy. There's still ways to make things work. So don't think the sky is falling. There's no hope for me and my company, because there's always a few avenues that you maybe haven't looked at that you can. The best way, I feel like for me, because obviously I'm not going to be claiming that I'm the smartest person in the room. I'm not. But I do surround myself with super, super smart people that are smarter than me and that are continuing to always, look out for me and to help me and guide me in my company in the right directions. So, if you surround yourself with good people, obviously within your company, and good and smart people outside of your company, like good attorneys, good accountants, you're going to have a good fortifying, artillery around you, to continue to run your company and to continue to be successful in your company. So if you find yourself struggling in your company right now, number one, I'm sure a lot of it's hiring and not having the right people. Well, we've talked a lot about that in our episodes in the past. So go back in our episodes in the past, and go through some of our episodes about hiring and how to hire, and using the core values ways of hiring. And you'll find a lot of relief there if you actually go through those steps. I'm telling you, my company, we have a high turnover rate, but we were fully staffed. We're fully staffed. We have more than we need at this point, and we're continuing to grow and continue to do well because we have the hiring part down. And because we have that down, we easily can take on new jobs and new opportunities that come our way, where if we didn't have that, we'd have to turn down opportunities. So if that's something you're struggling with, think of, going over those episodes again. If you're struggling with your finances, maybe you're not as literate with your profit and loss statement, your financial statement, all that kind of stuff. You're looking at your balance sheet. If you have a good accountant, give them a call and just say, hey, can you just give me a 101 class, crash course on some of this stuff? If you're like me, like the Michael Scott of the world, you may need it explained to you like a 5-year-old, and that's fine, as long as you get to understand it yourself, because it's all about the percentages. Obviously we want revenue to grow and all that kind of stuff, but I really just look at percentages. My P&L, I want to make sure my cost of goods sold is a certain percentage, my total overhead is a certain percentage, and my net profits is a certain percentage. If my net profit's off, then we got something going on. And that's some key things to look at as you're running your business, to make sure you're reviewing your monthly P&Ls and you have accurate and clean books. It's interesting. If we let our accountants and bookkeepers take over our P&L, they label stuff all sorts of benign nutball labels, and we don't even know what they mean. So maybe sit down with them, go through it with your bookkeeper and your accountant, and say, hey, what does this mean? What does this category mean? It's got a category name, a weird category name with some numbers on it. What is it all about? You can relabel these things. You can say, hey, this is for recruiting. This is for uniforms for your company. This is for this kind of stuff. This is for this type of revenue. Income. This is for this type of income. So you want to be tracking all that kind of stuff, because if you're not, you're like a ship without a rudder. You're just drifting where the winds are pushing you, and it's never a good feeling. So if you're struggling with that, go talk to your accountants. If you don't have a good accountant, go give Dan and Matt Barker a call. Dan Packard and Matt Barker at Cooper Norman. Obviously, I'm not being paid by Cooper Norman. I'm not being sponsored by Cooper Norman, even though they probably should, because how much good news I'm throwing their way. But these guys are phenomenal. Cooper Norman is a great firm, and they have some great people that'll help you out in your business. So go out there, go kill it today. Be 1% better than you were yesterday. Understand your business 1% better than you did yesterday. As you continue to do that, you'll thrive. You'll be able to clean up some of the past mess. I had, when I first started my businesses, I made mistakes. I didn't understand these things. I didn't understand my books fully. I didn't understand that. It was always a guess of, at the end of the year when I was meeting with my accountant, hey, did I make money? Did I not? That's a horrible feeling. So if you can get to understand and increase your literacy of your business finances, you're going to be the captain of your ship instead of this rudderless ship that's just being pushed. So you're going to see how much more opportunities come your way, more opportunities for you to say, okay, I'm at this revenue now. I want to be at this revenue next year, this time. let's reverse engineer it, and let's make, the proper steps to make this happen. Hopefully that's not a rant today, but I feel like this is some important things to talk about. But I want you to dominate your day. I want you to go out there, stay away from the negative Nancy's, go kill it, enjoy your family, find that balance, and just go out there and enjoy and have a wonderful, wonderful day and enjoy your week. So until next episode, go out there and share one of your favorite episodes, if you would, some of your friends, maybe an episode that you think your friend would benefit from. Maybe a friend or a colleague is struggling in their businesses, and there's an episode out there that would help them with some of our awesome guests that we've had, or maybe even through my incoherent ramblings, it could help. So who knows? But anyways, go out there and dominate, and we'll see you all next episode. Adios.
Congratulations on spending a couple of minutes getting a little bit smarter, having some fun, and supporting the Idaho business community. If you're feeling the love, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you are.